Welcome to Quantum Finance. My name is Parker. I'm the head trader here, but I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. So in today's video, we'll take a look at the economic data, we'll look at some earnings, we'll go over the news, then we'll do our market recap and market analysis. So starting here on the economic data, we did have JOLTS job openings come in at 9.59 million with 9.77 million expected. Looking at the calendar, tomorrow, Wednesday, May 3rd, is Fed Day. So we do get the FOMC statement and the Fed interest rate decision. But we also get the non-farm employment change, services PMI, and non-manufacturing PMI. Also, we get some crude oil inventories. So looking at some earnings, some significant earnings today. As you can see, Pfizer, AMD, Starbucks, Ford. See what else we got. Paycom. Yeah, that's pretty much all the significant earnings. Now we can look at some news. So we did have the continuation of the banking crisis happen today after First Republic was, bankrupted. And so we did have regional bank stocks plunging today with multiple stocks down over 20% in a matter of minutes. So we did have PacWest, Western Alliance, and Metropolitan Bank all get wrecked today. And so the top performing stock in the S&P 500 this year currently is Facebook, or also known as Meta, up 102%. And we also have the Apple 7.2 weighting in the S&P 500 is the largest for any single company in the index with data going back to 1980. And we also have Saudi Arabia, Iran, and 3 other Middle East nations asking to join BRICS. And we also have reports that U.S. allies are preparing for the possibility of war over Taiwan. And we have Coinbase launching international crypto exchange. And the U.S. military is currently tracking a spy balloon that has flown over Hawaii. So now we can do our market recap here, starting in the debt market, looking at the U.S. 10-year yield. We do have a big red day today, taking out all those gains from yesterday, getting back through that midline, and working its way back down here towards the lower end of this daily range. Flipping red on the week with a really large wick here. Looking at the dollar, red day here in the dollar after getting rejected at the upper extreme here, sitting right there at that midline. Turning to the stock market, big red day here in the stock market after we got that rejection off the upper extreme yesterday with a pretty large wick to the downside here. It's just a lot of crazy action today before the Fed decision tomorrow. Now we can turn to crypto. Looking at Bitcoin, we do have a green day here in Bitcoin. Really just sitting right there at that midline here on the daily chart. XRP. Let me get this weekly chart right. XRP, red day here in XRP, slightly red with a large wick to the downside. As you can see, still just sitting down here in the lower end of this daily range. Turning to commodities, we have oil with a massive red day here in oil, breaking down through these gap levels and really, just pushing through that lower extreme here and just a pretty big sell-off. Gold, big green day here in gold, as you can see after holding that lower extreme and that midline. Getting a nice push up here towards the upper end of this daily range. Turning green here on the monthly chart. Silver, big green day here in silver as well. As you can see, holding that lower extreme and that midline and getting a breakout here. It's not quite squeezing to the upside, but, definitely kind of getting a downtrend break. You can see that pretty obvious downtrend here. So now we can do our market analysis here. We'll start on the daily chart and do our volume analysis. As you can see, really big volume day here today. The most volume we've got in a while. As you can see, a lot of selling and buying today. Even though there was a really big red candle, there was a decent amount of buying for how red today actually was. So now we can look at our 3-minute. So here we have the 3-minute on the S&P 500. As you can see, this was yesterday. We got a big gap down and then really just going straight down. I mean, no bounces at all. I'm talking just straight down until like 11:30. Then getting, a bounce up here towards VWAP area and then just closing sideways. We can zoom out a little bit more here. So as you can see here on the 15-minute, we did have that rising wedge to the downside with a squeeze here on the 15-minute with that MACD cross. And as you see, just really bearish MACD here and just getting a huge sell-off before kind of recovering a little bit here into the close. As you can see, pulling into these levels here. This previous high. and, you know, kind of these wick closes here. Yeah, but here on the 2 hour, as you can see, not able to really hold this upper end of this daily range here, and really just getting a massive pullback before the Fed decision with this, you know, continuation of the banking crisis happening. So now we can look at the VIX here and the NASDAQ. Oh, let me pull it over. So as you can see, monster spike in the VIX. If you remember yesterday's video, I was talking about how this kind of looks like a bottoming structure. But as you can see, just a monster move here in the VIX, pulling up into these highs. And, you know, same thing here on the NASDAQ as the S&P 500, not able to hold the this upper resistance here and really falling back into this range we've been in for quite a while. So now we can talk about the trade. So honestly, you know, this kind of action in, you know, before Fed days, you know, anytime around the Fed is probably, typically not the best time to trade. I mean, to be honest, the only real good opportunity today was getting short here right at the open on this VWAP projection after this big gap down. You know, I didn't like getting long down in here because this was just insanely weak. And, you know, I didn't feel comfortable getting, like, you know, long anywhere in here because of how weak this was. So, yeah, I mean, this was really the only decent trade was here at the kind of near the open here around this, you know, we'll call it 9:45 to 10 o'clock mark. That was basically your best opportunity today to get short, to take advantage of this move, because pretty much after that, it was, you know, not the best price action here. And same thing with tomorrow. You know, tomorrow's going to be the Fed day, so definitely, you know, be patient, be careful, and, you know, honestly, just it's better off not even trading at all. But you can make a lot of money if you get lucky and, you know, pick the right decision or the right direction here in the market. So, yep, that should do it for the video. Pretty big red day here. A lot of volatility, big volume coming in before this Fed decision we get tomorrow. It's pretty much priced in that they will raise rates by 25 basis points. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens. But appreciate y'all watching, and I will talk to y'all later.